What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ducks and Download, and in this figure unboxing and review, we have Yord Fandar, Jedi Knight. What an absolutely amazing figure. New box, Acolyte figure, of course. We got the side art there. A bit more better wide view of the same art there on the back. But I am super excited to bust into this one. I really loved Yord's character. You know, I thought he was just absolutely hilariously good at being a Jedi and just bad at being self-aware. Yord Fandar definitely was an instant favorite of mine with how he reacted to others. He always wanted to protect, he always wanted to be the best that he could. The delivery of lines and the way that this character was dealt with, especially with the steaming scene, I mean...
Master Soul, I will redeem myself.
Yord, put your clothes on.
That's gonna live in my brain forever with Star Wars. I absolutely loved it. So let's go ahead and get our friend opened up here. All right, first impression right there. Gave him a really nice soft cloak. These new cloaks they're doing are really fabulous. Lightsaber looks good. It's a very clear yellow. I almost wish it was a little cloudier, but it looks fine. So then first off, we'll take a good look at the lightsaber itself. Of course, here is the blade. A very almost like, I wouldn't even say highlighter. This is almost a marker yellow. It is a very bright, but not glowing kind of yellow. Not very, I would almost expect it to be the same color as these robes, with just a bit more like brightness and cloudiness in the blade to help it look more solid. This definitely has a very almost transparent look, and it kind of takes on the color of whatever is behind it. It looks a lot better with the hand, but when you have it out here like this, it really starts to kind of just take on background darkness, but still an awesome blade color. I'm happy to have a yellow lightsaber in the mix with these Jedi. There we go. Yord's lightsaber. It looks really nice. Let's see if I can get a bit more here to show you guys. It does have a bit of a dual color. We have mostly a nice gray on the back with the black ripped hilt and handle part right there. And then, of course, the peg to stick on the belt. Let's go ahead and get our friend out here. All right, and here we have Yord himself. What an absolutely amazing figure this already is. I am very happy to have more of the Acolyte figures coming in. Let's bust out his cloak a little bit more so it's not as completely pinched up behind him. Doing already much better than Jeki was. Love that Jeki figure, but the fact that the arms were so short, it's almost as if this same cloak, it was just hemmed to be a little shorter, but it had the same length of arms. But Yord has no problem getting his arms to poke out. Really loving the robed look for Jedi Knight Yord Fandar. All right, we have some good articulation there at the waist. Really good movement. Let's go ahead and get this cloak off, though, before we try and really inspect these joints too much more. He's gonna have to steam this later. It's gonna be wrinkledy. All right, and here is our good friend without the robe on. I'm really liking the molded plastic tunic top up here, the way it sits on his shoulder blades, the way it kind of like accentuates the muscles almost too, giving him a nice ripped look. The hair looks amazing. I really love this head sculpt. This is easily probably one of the better head sculpts in the Black series currently, I could say. We have these, let's see, it's a little stiff, but okay, there we go. Bam. Again, nice slits here on the side with double layered hard plastic skirt. Nice and wavy up in the front. Good articulation there. Back to the arms. We have a rotation at the elbow. Good ball joint on a pivot there. So there's a little bit back and forth to it. Again, like a lot of the other Jedi characters, because this is tightly wound in, it does have a bit more movement because it is pushed in where this waist joint is, but you're not going to be able to get them to like really put that arm across chest as easily. Now, I will say, looks like Yord actually has a softer tunic than even Jeki did. With them putting this crease right here, I'll bet the other side does the same thing. Wow, this actually might be really nice. I like that. Yeah, you can actually see, watch this crease right here as it squishes in on itself. Putting that crease there was a very good strategic move. That way, when these arms try to cross over, they actually push the material in, and it allows the arms to get closer together than a lot of other Jedi. So that's fantastic to see. I hope they start implementing that in a lot more figures. We have the overhang, almost Kiadi-Mundi style here, to kind of hide that hide the elbow joint. And on the front, let's take a nice look at these super stellar armbands. Wow. Those are really good. Those look so nice. Almost a rose gold-ish, like all very, very silver with maybe a tinge of yellowness to it, or that could just be the overall vibe of the yellow High Republic robes kind of leaning into this. But I really do love this forearm armor though. Being a Jedi Knight, you can kind of tell he's used to adventuring a little bit more. We got a nice little pack here, perhaps his communicator, more stuff here. His belt has a few more accessory on it. That's really fun to see. And we have his belt buckle here, a nice black on brown, the black gloves. So he's very much into this style of darker colors as it accentuates his outfit. The wrap style boots. Let's see for the leg. So we do have a line up here for a nice turning point right underneath the hip socket. It bends at the knee as well, full rotation. And let's see, does the foot? Nope, the leg does not, unlike Jeki where it cuts off at the boot. Yord only has his knee rotations here. And then the foot is on a rocker hinge. Very good movement for articulation, I'm sure. So a bit thin-footed for some of the male characters, but we don't really have that many problems with male Jedis. At least I haven't, so if you do, apologies, but we should be able to get this guy to stand up pretty easily. All right, let's get this cloak back on him, get his lightsaber, and try and do some posing. After taking the robe off and putting it back on too, that really helped kind of recenter it on him and brought it up even higher up on his arms here. The hood, much like Jeki's, is held on with a singular little stitch right there, so again, if you want to undo the stitch, it wouldn't be that hard. Out of the box, standing up really well. I'll be eating my words about those feet. Again, like I said, they're definitely doing pretty all right. My luck with Jedi is not wanting to topple all over the place seems to be holding up quite well. He does have the, looking at it over here, he does actually have the trigger fingers though. Almost, these two raised fingers. This side does not. I'm almost going to think if I might want to display him left-handed. All right, I gotta say, definitely enjoying this Acolyte figure. Again, the face sculpt is A++, an absolutely amazing job. Basic standing ability is very well done. You, of course, want to balance the arms and make sure he doesn't have too much front and center gravity or those feet will topple just a bit, but the joints aren't too super loose, so that's nice. See about a kneeling here, if we can't get him in a good knelt position. Awesome. Good knelt position, posability there with the legs having the movement right at the knee and the hip. The skirt not being near as stiff as some of the other Jedi skirts allows for it to actually stick almost completely forward and not be pushed off to the side through the slit there. Oh, you're not entertained. I really do like the pose here on the box, so I might, just go over the nice two-handed pose, a very classic pose. And let's see how these arms do with not only crossing, but also now with the cloak on. We're going to be doing crazy bunching. Sadly, this is a more malleable saber hilt than a lot of the others, which I'm not too fond of. Jeki's was actually pretty stiff, but this one kind of wants to move around a little bit more than I'd like for it to. Doesn't really enjoy going in this other hand. There we go. There's a nice pose, kind of to imitate the one off the box. Not easy to get these two arms really pressed together super well to keep him with that nice upright saber look, but that is very sadly common. It's not easy to get these arms crossed, but with those strategically placed little dimples in here, the rope isn't really hindering it too much. So another amazing figure. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. And of course, as you know, before we finish, make sure to go down, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go get ourselves an Acolyte shelf shot. And here we go, everyone. There is Yord hanging out next to the best friend Jeki, and what an amazing two first Acolyte figures these are. Cannot wait to get the rest of the Jedi and to open up May here soon. So thank you all again so much for stopping by. Have an amazing rest of your evening, and as always, may the Force serve you well.